Alright, the Painted World. Once you are here, you are stuck until you leave, until you clear it. You cannot use the Lord Vessel to leave. And it's also a pretty welcoming place, huh? There's our bonfire. Go ahead and get that kindled. Not kindled, hollowed, right. We're going to be here for a while. So we need to make sure we're ready. I also think we're about due for another level up. Not quite. Also, how many twinklies do I have? 2. I really should have taken a break and got some more ore first. I may be in trouble here. We'll be all right. So there are a lot of places to go in the Painted World. The first one we're going to do. Oh, let's choose our weapons too. I think this is actually pretty good. We're edging ever closer to Soul Spear. That'll be a happy day. Yeah, I think this will do. Yeah, just enough to one-shot them. That's good. Let's see how much damage these guys are doing. The basic hollows are, more than any other enemy, a good example of how the exact same model can be used, but the stats can change. Ooh, there we go. All right, I'm done with all those guys. Now, there is a... This is one of the first places where it diverges. I like dealing with this first, so we don't have to come back to it later. It's also pretty tricky. Let's try... Need something good for it. No, I just need to go through my inventory. Oh. Ah. Well, that's a death. That is a safe area down there, but not when you fall from that high up. As soon as we get up here, it spawns, or about the middle of the area. Or is it the edge? Okay. Huh. There they are. These crow demons come after you. Luckily, their poise isn't great. It's possible to stagger them, just like we were doing with the man serpents and the silver knights. There we go. Wow, lucky me. We want about 10 of those for the Darkmoon Covenant if we're going that route. That's 3 right there, those 2 plus Lautrec's. So that's pretty cool. The Dried Finger is another PvP item. You can use it to reset the timer, the visible timer that counts down from when you get invaded to when you can be invaded again. That leads back up to where we were. That's the way we'll be leaving, I believe. We're going to head down here first and fight some albino rats. As like all rats that can drop humanity, they seem to have the highest drop rates. Oh, hello there. Nobody's ever followed us in. That's the other thing. That's the other fun thing about having that poise. You can shrug off even attacks like that. The cloud that erupted from that guy was... ooh, didn't mean to fall there. Yeah, it's that. It's actually a cloud of poison, or I think toxic, rather. Not blood, when you kill those guys. And here's around the corner from where we were earlier, where those hollows were. If you go in the other way, you can't get back up there, so that's why we went that way first. You can also lock onto him, step back out, get the shot. Hello. Interestingly, it seems like only some of these guys breathe fire at you. The rest of them are content to just use swing torches. And they'll brandish torches the exact same as the other hollows. Yep, toxic. Oh, I forgot to equip a remedy. That's not good. Do I have any of... Oh, I have a couple of these things. Yeah, normally I set remedy here. It's one of the very few times where you're in a valid... there's a valid risk of you being toxic. Circle around. And leisurely work our way to him. And let our spell take care of it. I knew there was somebody else here. So we go up here, go to where the archer was, and there's also quite a few of these enemies that ambush you as you move throughout the area. I believe you can get down from here, but I don't think it's worth it. Especially since we can do it later. Yeah, just softening him up so we can finish him off with one of these and kill him at a safe distance. As much as is feasible, you probably want to do the painted world in one go, so the enemies don't respawn. Of course, it isn't always feasible. Make sure nobody else is sneaking up on me. Alright. This is one of the most well-known tricks with the painted world. It all... I love the animations and stuff with these undead dragons. So, you know, body stuff just falling off as it tries to get up. If he hits you, as you might imagine, it'll do a lot of damage. Luckily, it doesn't come all the way. Matter of fact, he'll just sit here, spewing poison, and can't actually reach you, since you're behind cover. As long as you're poking your arm out a little bit, you can just do that until he dies. We're gonna have a little more fun with this. Whereas sometimes for big enemies, it actually doesn't like to have the soul mask go off properly. Oh, that's what I get for trying to show something off with him. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly what I wanted. Hidden Body for. So for now, I'll just grab Remedy, make it easier to deal with those, the toxic guys. And until I get back to my Bloodstain, I'm going to take the easy way out and use a spear to deal with the hollows, just to keep them at about 2 arms reach. You'd think the R2 on the Moonlight Butterfly horn would have some cool, laser like the Moonlight Butterfly herself did, and no such luck, unfortunately. Alright. Deal with all those guys. You want to be careful with when the toxic hollows back up or when the fireball hollows back up the more melee-oriented ones. Another trick you can do is for those guys is a backstab will generally launch them far enough out of the way you don't have to worry about it. Okay. How much you want to bet the thing I wanted Hidden Body for was to get past these guys. Luckily, you don't need it. I say as I proceed to get destroyed. Okay, made it through. I count that as a win. Yeah, I'm so used to having poise, it's taking a little bit of getting used to not having it with these melee guys. Alright, back to the... I have never actually died to the undead dragon here before, so I actually didn't know that he just went back to his perch. Alright, get up. Morning, buddy. Okay. That's kind of what you're supposed to do if you only have access to melee. Get close to him and kind of lure him to spit poison wherever you are not. You generally by attacking him, and then just attack where he somewhere else. Then rinse and repeat. Preferably without walking into the poison each time, too. And the blood shield I got earlier isn't just for bleeding, as the name might imply. It actually buffs your resistance against everything. So you combine it with the gargoyle axe, and I may just to show them off. It's quite the package of resistances. I don't know if it'll still let you get through Blighttown unscathed. It's worth a try. Oh, I actually went a little too far there. Ah. I don't want to use up all my soul arrows for this part. We need them later. Oh, okay. There we are. Would have been nice if he just stayed locked tacked in the wrong direction, but no such luck. Alright. Let's see what deals with him. We'll get another dragon scale. And a couple of souls. Now, the interesting thing here, and like I said, this is pretty well known, but in case you don't, if you go up to where the carcass is and do a jump attack, it makes it stand up as though it was attacked. Not actually a creature, so it's not hostile. And you can just drop down, and that's the exit, right over there. We still have more to do here, though. But yeah, if you get caught in here by accident, and you just need to get out, that's how you do it. Alright, now this area is the... Is there anything else I need to do outside? No. Okay. This leads to the lower part of a spiral staircase, central chamber here, and all the way up top is another PvP item, locked by some contraption. Okay, I guess we have to. Interesting. What could that be? Is it the device in... Interesting. I seem to remember dropping down there no problem. But regardless, we got some more of those crow guys coming up. So we want something that can stagger them. Oh, and we need it in a hurry. We need it yesterday. One. Okay. We'll try that way. One. Chop. Like we're hacking down a tree. Yeah, it is really... It's kind of disappointing how well that works. On the other hand, the alternative is getting your head beaked in, and when one of them gets a hold of you with that grab attack, go ahead and charge that up. And this way we should be able to do it in one right before... Okay, it didn't quite finish the job, but enough to get the stagger in. This is the important thing. You have to get a stagger to block that grab attack. Whether you... Oh, hello. Well, that's that. Enemies with wings cannot fly. And, yep, no more of them. So I want to get up here. You can't actually attack that crow. It doesn't activate, or that crow demon doesn't activate until the... I don't know if it's one of the ones that goes after you that I showed off previously, or if it's one of the other batches that ambushes you. But yeah, it doesn't. It's not actually targetable until it spawns in. Just letting you know where they're going to be coming from. And let's drop down another level. Marvel at the fact that in Dark Souls 2 that would have killed us. Can we do anything from here? Oh, right. I remember what the deal was. The locked by the contraption thing is actually correct. But we're supposed... That's actually the way to the boss that we'd be shortcutting. We actually want to go through the fog door. It took me a second to remember that. Although first, going around, circling around to get this. But yeah, I'd actually forgotten that we want that fog door. We can also take a running start and jump over that way. But I want the next area available. Oh, which I don't think I can do now that I've gotten this way. Okay. Well, fair enough. This way works too. If you drop all the way down, you'll still survive, just with falling damage. And you'll have to go back to get this instead of forward. Oh, hello. Didn't quite finish him. Blackspear, hey, how are you? The Painted Guardian set. Very, very light armor. I think it's actually pretty good. You know, defense per, well, not defense wise, but you know, it's very light. You can get a lot of use out of it. Looks pretty cool too. And oh, hello. Oops, that's not good. You're pretty helpless if an enemy is on a ladder that you're also on in this game. Is he going to come down? He is. Good. And that's what we brought this for. Toxic? I don't think so. Alright, good to hear that. Yeah, I think the Painted World is probably the last one I'm going to be doing tonight. But yeah, I'm definitely glad to have you. And pick through here, get this. This is the only one of those you'll find. The rest involve either farming the guys with parasites, or I think you can buy them once you've also been infected from the guy in the Chaos Covenant. We're not going to be doing either one of those things. And they're back here. We want to go back to him again. Let's get that backstab. Not quite a backstab. But we want to go back to where we were, so we can hit the actual circular part, the rotunda. And this time we're going to go ahead and drop down. Can we drop down safely from here? I think we can. Yes. Well, safely in that we lost most of our health, but safe enough. What this does is this takes us into the courtyard. Yeah, I thought this was going straight to the boss. That's actually later. We have a Demon Souls callback here. But the most important thing is a shortcut. Alright. This leads us right back to the bonfire. Now, if you have access to... If you have access to the to pyromancies, like or Wrath of the Gods Miracle is perfect for this. The Firestorm spell will do well too. Any of that stuff will do great against these guys. Sorcery has nothing really that brings to this table, so it's not really worth it to fight these guys. Oh, where'd you guys come from? And it's even riskier since they can throw their spears at you. Black Spear mentioned is seated until today. A giant dad costume with Artorias shield and using only magic basically. That's pretty cool. Yeah, heavy armor is actually kind of counter synergistic with magic. So that's pretty neat to pull that off. I actually did a pure mage run through as well when I did a platinum of the game. I think that'd make it probably the easiest way to do it. Pyromancy destroys stuff on your first cycle. The enemies here are worth a lot of souls, so that's more intelligence we can get. 5 more away from the blessed soul spear. And I think we're still good. Now I'm thinking here about what to throw at the phalanxes. They're worth quite a few souls. I think they're like 500 apiece, and there's 10 of them. So yeah, you can do the math on how lucrative it is to farm those guys. But I don't think I can manage it. I don't think it's worth it. So we'll just let that go for now. I also think we're done with Remedy. So we're gonna put Hidden Body back. Oh, actually not Hidden Body. We do want Hidden Body. Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, with the Darkwood Granary. I think you may have been reading my mind there, buddy. That's pretty much what I was doing too. Well, that's quite the endurance you had to build up to use armor with your Artorias shield and still be able to use the Darkwood Grain Ring. Yeah, that's how I ended up beating Ornstein Smough with this character. Was I doing that? All right. Now this area has an NPC, the Invader. That if you're human, this area has some goodies, especially for the build we're using. But you have to have the annex key first, which is in another area in here. It's actually down here. Now these have some enemies that we haven't run into yet in this playthrough, and they're pretty brutal. So we're going to go ahead, and that's kind of my verbal tick I've noticed with this stream. We're going to go ahead, well, we're going to do it. We're going to go ahead and use Hidden Body, so they don't aggro us until we're ready for them, not the other way around. Don't worry, we will be having some fun with the bone wheels at least once. I just want to be able to make some ground here first. There's the annex key already. Now there are more bone wheels you can fight. As a matter of fact, there's a room chock full of them in the area that opens up the boss door. And we will be doing that. I'm just taking a circuit first to make sure none of them are going to come up behind us. That's that, that's that. Here we are already. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead. Oh, that was enough to kill him. So they have right around 200 HP. And I wanted to make sure to get the switch before, you know, if a bone wheel came out of nowhere and killed me. Alright. Now quickly, let's get out of the way. And let's make sure, take a look over my shoulder, make sure nobody else is coming. Okay. Now the real fun with Hidden Body in this part is you get to, normally they'll attack you as soon as they see you, which can be from quite a ways away. What this lets us do is start the fight on our terms. So we just go to where we can lock onto them and kill them in one hit. They'll investigate if they hear something, but did I call it or what? No, not only, I'd have to get up a 30 strength to be able to use the silly thing. But now I'm suddenly tempted, because if I use the bone wheel in my right hand, it won't count as a shield. I can still have my catalyst in my offhand. Okay. And yeah, sometimes the phalanxes will do that. They'll kind of squirm over to the door here and fall down and enter this fight. Yeah, Black Spear mentions he's now doing a tank magic build. That sounds like fun. Have you considered doing tossing a little bit of faith on there so you can use karmic justice with that? Oh, whoa. Hello, guys. Oh, the phalanxes are still throwing the spears at me. That explains things. Kind of wondering what's going on with that. There we go. Okay, and then there's that kicking the rope. Okay, I never tried that. Yeah, that's one way of getting back to that area. We also... Oh, this is where that goes. Yeah. There's also another exit to that area, and I'm trying to remember where it was. That you can take, and that there is a hollow there that does nothing. He just has a spell, and it's a pyromancy. And even though I can't use it, I've definitely want to at least show off where it is. But I may not be able to. Yeah, that might be where the annex is, actually. Yeah. I'm still amused that, you know, of all the hours that a lot of guys... Oh, hello. I knew there was one more down here. That of all the hours that a lot of guys will spend farming for bone wheel shields, I get one my first try with a character that doesn't use shields. There he is. I knew it was from here. And I said I didn't need remedy anymore. Alright, let's duck off here onto the side and get our soul arrows ready. It is always fun, though. We can just kind of, ever so gently, just walk away from them. And I need to stop picking up scrolls I can't use. This is Acid Surge, a completely useless spell that does a small amount of durability damage to the enemy's equipment. Enemies don't track durability, so it's purely a PvP thing, and it's not worth using. And neither be... Ah, got comboed a bit there. Yeah, that's the Phantom. He got hung up on the snow hill, the snow drift there. Jeremiah is a pyromancer. He uses the notched whip. Fun guy to fight, especially if you're a mage. If you've got... Oh, not so fun in that case. Oh, that's a very high magic resistance. I take that back. Not fun at all. There's another one that's the reward for being in the Darkmoon Covenant. Almost did it again. Caught myself this time. It's your reward for being in the Darkmoon Covenant. And that one is very high. I want to say it goes up to like a little over double your magic adjustment, which is completely insane. You've done a maxed out run. I can't imagine that was too difficult. Actually, wouldn't pretty much everything be usable by like 60 and everything? I want to say the highest requirement is a Smough's hammer at 56 strength. 4 times. Oh, you've been counting. Oh, that's gonna keep me honest. Yeah, it is getting late over here. It's and I've been streaming for coming up on 4 hours. So yeah, it's yeah, you missed some interesting stuff at the start. I basically banged my head against the Titanite Demons and Sense Fortress a couple times. Yeah, there was some fun. Fun that wasn't quite fun had. Let's deal with you first. Alright, be that way. And should be right there. So, Soul Mask going, get our magic weapon going. Alright. And we don't want to have all of our soul arrows, even though they're not going to do much damage. The plan there was to get behind him and try to go for a backstab. There we go. Backstab's good for most of his health. And now, I'm going to go ahead and try this number. And just try to poke him. Oh, not yeah. Don't run off, dude. Oh. Oh, dear. Well, I hope I can come back and... ThunderX, yes, you did, my man. However, I have been editing and putting everything up on YouTube. It's a YouTube Bro-Op Gamer, same as the Twitch channel, and the first episode is already up. I ended up editing about an hour off of it. But yes, I will have that up. Now, I want to say if you quit and restart, the item is placed, and it's a notch whip anyway. It's a whip. Who cares? But I tried to keep him alive, and he wouldn't go for it. All right. Well, the only one thing left is to deal with the boss. So let's do that. So we got that. Yeah, I really think that's well. The other option is to try to do the damage right at the start. In that case, you just want a fast weapon. So let's stick with Ricard. Let's stick with Ricard and see how that goes. I'm going to regret this. Alright. And does the... Yeah, does a two-handed one still do the thrust? It does. Okay, good. See a phalanx. Oh, right. What am I doing? I forgot the best part. We can't build up to all that and go to the Painted Ruins and not show off the annex. All right, we're gonna want. Let's grab the butterfly spear again. Yeah, we'll be getting a very useful weapon for Dex and Int coming up over here. As well as the Occult Rapier, as long as the Occult Ember, which you know that we no longer have use for it. This is the guy that makes you really wish you had a bow. As it is, I think I can do something similar by waiting for him to... There we go. Well, I managed to get myself toxic again. Oh, hello. Okay, this may... yeah, this was not good. Yeah, this is not this is not ideal. Yeah, I didn't realize the crows attacked here so soon. There's one down. There are two. The other one may not have arrived yet. Yeah, I think the other one didn't fly in. Yeah, given how slow this toxic is, I think I'm going to risk it. Heal up again. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, hello. Okay, no, that was a bad plan. We officially have a flock of harpies up here, and that's hopefully at least one of them will plummet to its death. Yeah, my brother chimed in. I think this is a murder. I think it's qualified as a murder of harpies. Chug, chug. And that's close because, yeah, that grab attack will just completely destroy you. Okay, that got me. That woke me up. Oh, one left, guys. All right. Blacksphere mentions do cosplay runs. Yeah, cosplay runs are a blast. I likewise at one point murdered Solier for his pants. Speaking of pants and other outfits, one of my favorite ones, the Black Cleric set. I think what I'm gonna do here, since I still have 5 Estus, I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to finish off this area. You know, grab the remaining goodies before I die, and then just homeward back. Yeah, I was disappointed. Speaking of Gwyn's outfit, Gwyn's set, you know, I was disappointed that you have to wait until New Game Plus, obviously, in order to get his sword, and then it doesn't actually have a fire on it. Oh, that got me. Yeah, unnecessary gamble, unforced error. That. Well, that's kind of the funny thing. It's like, yeah, on the one hand, Dark Souls is notoriously unfair and everything. But on the other hand, Dark Souls has been really good about the execution on cool gimmicks, you know, weapons and stuff like that. So it is kind of disappointing that they give you a boss's sword and it's not, you know, not quite the same as what he used. Somebody is going to pick this guy off. What I should have done the first time, really. And poke him safely. And I think there's more crows that pop up here. So let's go ahead and get ready for them. Yep, sure enough. Alright, see you guys. Peace. The last thing here is... Oh, there we are. The last thing here is missable, actually. It's, or easy to miss, I should say. I mean, obviously it's not missable because you always come back for it. There we go. Yeah, easy to miss, rather. And it's right through here. And that... Oh! Outrun the fire there. That is Velka's Rapier. It is a unique weapon, so it scales with... It uses Twinkling Titanite. that has much higher scaling with Dex or Int than you can do on your own. That you could make as an enchanted rapier, for example, and it has the best of the rapier movesets. It had like the dashing R1 and all that. So yeah, definitely fun weapon. The only reason I'm hesitant to use it is that yeah, another LP of Dark Souls I saw recently, on K Plays on her channel. She ended up using the kind of coasting with the Velka's rapier on her run. So that's a big reason. It feels like I've seen a lot of Dark Souls with that weapon. Did you? Yeah, that kind of reminds me. They're talking about Smough's armor. You can wear it too. It's incredibly heavy, and his hammer is the heaviest weapon in the game. And I think one of my friends wanted to use that one, and he ended up using the Mask of the Father for the equip load, to go with the Smough set. And yeah, he just called it the Fat Daddy build. One more level and we could bring soul spears into it, but it doesn't seem fair to grind for a boss, and I've been taking pains not to. So we'll go ahead and get to the boss, and then go from there. Yeah, the Painted World is a great spot to grind for souls if you don't you don't like using the glitch, you think it's unfair, however, which I understand. I'm using it to not level up for this challenge too, just to be able to afford items to save from farming and stuff like that. And the phalanxes are worth around 10,000 souls if you kill all of them. And likewise, the hollows here are worth 300 apiece, and there's quite a few of them. This one's a bit of a trap, and that's what I'm going to go ahead and put on Homing Soul Mass. Yep, so we deal with that. And that way we're not stuck in an animation when these guys show up. There we go. Alright, got this guy. He's using a great sword instead of the mace that the other guys use. The funny thing is he fights with it almost the exact same way. Big overhead attacks, and the occasional swing. He's also much more proactive. Love those ragdolls. He's also much more proactive about punishing you. Luckily, with a ranged attack, he's pretty easy to deal with too. Whenever you see them tuck behind their shields and start walking backward, that's your cue they're going to try to S this up. And that's your cue to finish them off. Okay, there's the fog door. So you might imagine we got a boss coming up. What's kind of neat is, it's really neat, that he's not initially hostile to you.
Who art thou? One of us thou art not. If thou hast misstepped into this world, plunge down from the plank and hurry home. If thou seekest I, thine desires shall be requited not.
Basically telling us to take a long walk off a short plank.
Thou must return it whence thou came. This land is peaceful.
I always love that line. The land is peaceful. Your first meeting to the with the Painted World is literally seeing heads on pikes. I mean, I think Priscilla is either a very inefficient ruler or criminally negligent. Either way, I think it's time to dethrone her. So we're gonna open up with this. Here's the problem. She counts as a dragon. That means she has a dragon tail item. It's this. From right about here, this is the tail. So it's tricky to get. That's why my thought pretty much is completely to open up with Soul Mass, of course. It won't fire until for us to hurt. Never mind.
Why dost thou hurry toward thine death?
Oh, it looks like he teleports away too. Okay, that did not work out. That was not as planned. So now we have to wait until we see, there we go, her traces in the snow. Block for what little good it does. There we are. Ooh. Yeah, her life hunt scythe does a ton of bleed damage, which we're not really gonna be able to deal with. Okay, she's over there now. It takes a couple hits to bring her out of this, and I think you can. I think it's easier. I think it's quicker with fire attacks. I want to say. We pretty much need to keep our health topped off because of how much damage she does. Oh, take a look at her footprints too. It's kind of interesting. It looks like the homing soul mass doesn't help. Yeah, she's not turning visible. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and yeah, if you kill her before you get the ouch. Yeah, if you kill her before you get the dragon item, you can't get it, and you may need a fire weapon to do that. So I'm trying to think of what my options are with the limitations I have. Because I had always thought that she would eventually turn visible if you hit her enough, but it doesn't look like that's the case. Yeah.
Why could thou not let us be?
Yeah, I was not counting on Soul Mass instantly attacking. Alright, now we have to be really careful about how to attack her. Okay. Ouch. That did a lot of damage. Okay, I think I need to get further away when I try these things. I think that was another hit, actually. Yeah, I am hitting her, but it's not revealing her, unfortunately. There we go. Let's make sure I don't get killed by the bleed. Thing is, Priscilla's pretty easy to beat once you get past that gimmick. Of course, that's the catch. As you saw, I didn't manage it last time. There we go. Now it's on, lady. Oh no. Am I imminent death any minute now? I definitely don't like being in mid-roll for this. Alright, I got some fire on her. Let's try to back away and keep that bleed meter down. Yeah, this is where if you have the blood shield and you don't have a stipulation that keeps you from using shields, this helps out quite a bit. Oh, she's kicking her own tail around. It's kind of macabre. Alright, where are this. Oh. Let's get out of there. Let's see, now she is... There we are. Almost out of fire bombs. Hope this... we have to pull this off soon. Ooh. Let's go ahead and get out of there. Okay. Wow, this is intense. And I'm out of fire bombs now. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's that secondary attack that's doing all the bleed build-up. So let's go ahead and try to circle around her. Take a minute and swap those black fire bombs back in. There she is. Ah, that was definitely a miss. There we are. That was a hit, but... Ah. Let's go ahead and get some distance. Jeez. If you can't see her footsteps, it probably means she's on the area that's not covered in snow. Either that or the draw distance is too far from you. There we are. Try to intercept her this time. No, that didn't work. Okay, that's a hit, but... Yeah. But we are officially out of fire, and Priscilla probably still has about a third of her health left. So this is going to be bad. I think the best thing to do is to kind of keep... there we go. Up against her. Ah. Man. Okay, he's right in front of me. Oh, that did it.
Why could thou not
Okay, now I'm out of fire.
didst thou not see why
Now I'm out of
thou
fire.
must grieve?
And, So the only choice I have now is to try to kill her while she's invisible, which is not the ideal way of doing it, to put it mildly. So we need weapons that cover a lot of distance. If I could use a Dragon King Great Axe, that would be perfect. It has an area of effect attack. Ah, jeez, what would be? I guess something else that would also get some damage over time on her would be good too. So let's go ahead and try break out the enchanted flamberge again. And what can we do here? Remedy would remove the bleed buildup, but it would leave us too vulnerable. Maybe I'll go ahead and give Cast Light a try and see if it helps reveal, it helps out with her footsteps. Oh, it puts me back in fat roll. Let's not do that. Yeah, they didn't really need... I don't think they really needed to tie in Priscilla to Chaos or anything like that. I mean, the idea already is that, all these beings Oh, I didn't have invisibility. Oops. I kind of needed that. But yeah, like all these things have their own like issues with them. You know, Priscilla's part of. I always thought Priscilla was part of Seath's arc, and of course, you know, you have Solaire and Gwyn, whoever the the firstborn of the firstborn of Gwyn might have been, and stuff like that. Oh, hello. Ouch! Was not expecting that. No, I'm glad I leveled up before I went to fight Priscilla. He aggroed from quite a ways away. This is on PS3, Blackspear. Rotten pine resin. There's a thought, man. I did not even think of that. Unfortunately, I don't have any. Time and patience. Got that level with a lot of time. Yeah. Yeah. Before I knew about the duplication glitch, and I still don't use it. I still don't like using it to level up. I did a lot of farming the phalanxes for souls back in the day. Alright, did that aggro him? Okay, I think that did. Gotta be careful here. Oh, nice of the line up for me. Alright, buddy. It should trigger him to start healing, but not yet, it looks like. There we go. Oh, you're at last boss. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. If you keep helping people fight Gwyn, that's worth quite a few souls. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating how that's kind of the way you need to do it. You know, light. You're using strength weapons to go light, since the strength weapons tend to be heavier, and thus you. I don't think this helped any. Yeah, the strength weapons tend to be heavier, so that's if you want to keep your agility, you need to have light equipment. Ooh. So the difference in armor is pretty apparent. I'm taking a lot more damage from Priscilla's attacks. A little bit less from the bleed, but... Let's see, she's up there now. Oh, she's right next to me now. It looks like the... I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Wait for the footsteps to kind of come to me, then try to get behind her. I think that's probably my best bet. There we are. So if you do enough damage, you still can... if you do enough damage to her, you still can make her visible, even if you haven't. Seriously? Seriously, lady? This is not hide and seek. I guess whatever she wants it to be, it's her painting. Okay, there we are. Let's get some distance, wait for that blood the bleed to dissipate. There we go, I think I got behind her again. Excellent. Oh, don't kick Priscilla. Stab her. That's what you need. That's what you do. Alright, now that we have confirmed we are monsters, let's go ahead and get out.